Before the famous blue and silver can, it all started in Thailand. There, Chaleo Yovidya created Krating Daeng, which means red buffalo. It was a drink made to give energy to workers, drivers, laborers, people who needed strength for their daily lives. The original formula was sweet, without fizz, in a small glass bottle. It looked like medicine, but it worked. Quickly it became a hit among those who woke up early and went to bed late. The symbol of the two red buffaloes became an icon of strength and endurance. Krating Daeng was more than a drink. It was the partner of millions of workers. In the markets of Bangkok, amidst the heat and noise, the small bottles were everywhere. Tuk-tuk drivers, construction workers, everyone relied on the drink to keep up the pace. Chaleo didn't just create a product, but a real solution for the people. The success was so great that the symbol became a synonym for pure energy. It didn't need expensive ads. Word of mouth did the work. It was proof that a product that solves a real problem sells itself. And so the legend of the Red Buffalo was born. Now, from Thailand to Austria. Dietrich Mateschitz, a marketing executive, traveled the world. In 1982, tired from jet lag in Bangkok, he tried Krating Daeng. The effect was instant energy galore. He saw the drink's potential for the West. Mateschitz found Chaleo Yovidya and suggested a bold partnership to change the drink for European tastes and create a global brand. Together, they founded Red Bull GmbH in 1984 in Austria. It was the joining of two worlds, Eastern tradition and Western marketing vision. Mateschitz didn't just want to bring in a product, but to create a new type of drink. He imagined the idea of functional energy, something new in the West. The gamble was risky, but the vision was clear. The partnership between Chaleo and Mateschitz was the start of a big change. They invested together, each believing in the global potential of the idea. That's how Red Bull was born, ready to take over the world. It wasn't just a drink, it was the start of a new time, and the world was about to find that out. With the partnership set, it was time to reinvent. Mateschitz changed the formula. He kept the taurine and caffeine, added fizz, and cut down on the sugar. The result? The unique taste of Red Bull. The small bottle became a slim blue and silver can, modern and eye-catching. The logo with the two bulls stayed, but now it looked more global. But the big idea was how they positioned it. Red Bull wasn't just for workers, it was for anyone who wanted to push their limits. The promise? Red Bull gives you wings. It wasn't about quenching thirst, but about energy to study, train, and party. Mateschitz created a whole new kind of drink, energy drinks. The high price made it seem extra special. People wondered, why is this little can so expensive? And they wanted to try it. In 1987, the first can was sold in Austria. The drink market would never be the same. Red Bull didn't compete with sodas, it made its own game. The brand was ready to fly, and the world was ready to get its wings. Launching a pricey, unknown product needed some real creative thinking. With no money for big ads, Red Bull went all in on guerrilla marketing. The sampling team gave out free cans at colleges, parties, and sports events using cool custom cars. Energetic young people offered the drink, making it a personal experience. Word of mouth became the main way they advertised. Another trick, leaving empty cans in bars and clubs to make it seem popular. The brand became a mystery everyone wanted to solve. Red Bull talked directly to young people in a real and bold way. It didn't follow the market rules, it made its own. While other brands spent money on TV ads, Red Bull snuck into youth culture. Guerrilla marketing built a real and connected image. The brand was rebellious, new, and close to its customers. So Red Bull became all about having an attitude. The next step was to team up with extreme sports. Instead of big teams, Red Bull invested in snowboarders, skateboarders, surfers, and mountain bikers. It wasn't just sponsorship. The brand created its own events, like the Red Bull Flug Tag and the Stratosphere Jump with Felix Baumgartner. Red Bull didn't just support, it created culture. The drink provided energy, and the athletes provided credibility. The brand became known for amazing achievements. Athletes became ambassadors, part of the Red Bull family. The company invested in their growth, creating a true partnership. Red Bull helped make sports that were once overlooked into professional ones. This plan turned the brand into a symbol of daring and overcoming challenges. It wasn't just a drink, it was a boost for success. The Red Bull spirit became a worldwide inspiration, and the brand became known as the main supporter of action sports. Success brought controversy, especially about health. The high amount of caffeine and taurine caused criticism and even bans in some countries. Red Bull faced alarming headlines and had to prove its product was safe. Instead of fighting, they invested in scientific research and being open. They published studies, explained ingredients, and talked with government agencies. The company's website shows every part of its recipe. In their communication, they kept the focus on energy and performance, not health. Red Bull has always been honest about what it aims to do. Over time, the bans went away and the brand became stronger. The crisis tested how strong the company was. Their answer was based on science and clear facts. Red Bull showed that it knew how to handle tough situations, and it made its image as a clear and trustworthy brand even stronger. Red Bull became much more than just a drink. By creating events and sponsoring athletes, they produced breathtaking content. In 2007, Red Bull Media House was born, a company that makes films, documentaries, and shows. The focus was on the Red Bull world: sports, adventure, music, culture. It wasn't just ads, they were stories that amazed us. The brand turned into a media company with its own channel, a global magazine, and award-winning films. The product appeared naturally as part of the content. Red Bull TV broadcasts live events and on-demand series. The production is super high quality, with the best professionals in the business. This plan turned the brand into a giant in entertainment. Red Bull figured out early that content is king. Today it's hard to tell if it's a drink company or a media company. This mix makes Red Bull a global powerhouse. Formula One was the perfect stage for Red Bull. In 2004, they bought Jaguar Racing and created Red Bull Racing. Then, they bought Minardi, forming their junior team. At first, few in the paddock took the brand seriously, but Red Bull brought new ideas and energy to the old-school F1 world. They invested big. They hired Adrian Newey and bet on Sebastian Vettel. In 2010, they won their first world title. They ruled F1 with 4 championships in a row. Then, they got back to the top with Max Verstappen. The team became the best part of the Red Bull empire. It showed that the brand was serious. Red Bull didn't just give you wings, they built rockets. F1 gave the brand worldwide attention and trust. Red Bull's journey is amazing. From a drink for workers to a global symbol of overcoming challenges. Mateschitz didn't just sell energy, but a lifestyle. He understood that people buy what the brand stands for. Red Bull inspires courage, energy, and excitement. It changed the rules of marketing with creativity and realness. It created trends, events, and a whole world where sports, media, and the brand all help each other grow. The success of the athletes helps the brand, and the brand helps the athletes. Red Bull changed how sports sponsorships work, becoming a helper for big wins. When you buy a can, you're getting a piece of this bold world. Red Bull put attitude and feeling in a can. Even with other brands, it's still special. Red Bull doesn't just give you wings, it showed the world that a brand can create its own universe. But in all this excitement, the question remains: how far does a brand's power go when it becomes bigger than the product itself? If you like this story, go ahead and hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, because here we show you the inside scoop on brands that change the world. See you in the next video.